Are you good? Don't lose it. No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 165 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting, so let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Dovahkiin Can Relax mod. Now this adds the ability for the player to use certain furniture markers that are normally for NPC use only. And the mod page reads, have you ever noticed that NPCs can do certain things that you can't? Such as lean on walls and other posts, meditate, sit on ledges, on logs, and even cross their legs on the floor. They can even lean on counters in stalls and shops. And have you ever wondered, hey, why can't I do that? Well, now you can for those selected markers. Now what this mod actually covers in the animations that you can do is various invisible chair markers. You're able to now actually lean on the counters, as well as meditate like the Greybeards do. You can kneel down on the ground, you can lean on walls and posts, you can do a guard stance position, as well as lay down, lean on a table, lean on a rail, search chests, sit with your legs crossed, drink from a mead barrel, and several other animations as well. Now how this mod works is it adds a spell book that once read, it'll add a spell to your inventory that can locate nearby invisible furniture and will automatically walk you over to it. It uses a single script to achieve this, so it's very compatible with other mods out there. Now the spellbook in question you'll find right on the doormat inside of Bree's home, and you can pick it up and read it and you'll be given the custom restoration spell. I think this mod will be very useful for anyone who likes to roleplay as certain characters, such as maybe a shopkeeper. You can actually lean on the shop counters now, and you can actually do other types of animations that you normally wouldn't be able to. This just makes it so your character isn't so much as a robot and fits in with the rest of the NPCs in the game. Now there's other mods out there that allow you to do the same thing, but it's a lot more complicated doing the animations, whereas for this one you can just cast a simple spell and then you'll be able to do any animation around that you can. I think this is one of the most user-friendly animation mods out there, and that's why it's featured here at our number 5 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Dovahkiin Can Relax mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Dragons Resized mod. Now this is a simple mesh edit to the skeleton file for dragons to enlarge their shape. And you may be thinking that dragons are going to be way too big now, but they actually are the perfect size. To the point where I feel like the dragon should have been this size in the beginning of the game. It's not so big to the point where their animations completely spaz out or anything like that, but they are resized to the point where they are significantly larger than before, and you'll definitely realize this in the playthrough that I'm showing you right now. The dragon takes up almost the entire watchtower and it makes it way more intimidating than the original dragons, but the mod creator does still let us know to be aware that due to the change in the size and the way that the dragons are animated, there will be some collision issues and minor clipping through the ground and while flying, but it's not some crazy animation that is going to completely ruin your immersion. In my testing of this mod, I didn't really see any type of collision issue that was a problem, other than the fact that whenever you go to assassinate the dragon or like the final blow, it will have a little bit of a glitchy animation for you. But if you can look past minor clipping issues, then this is definitely something to add to your character, especially on a legendary playthrough, to make those dragon fights just way more intense. And like I said, I do feel like the dragon should have been this size from the beginning of the game, because the original dragons just aren't really that big and they're pretty much taking over all of Skyrim, so you'd want them to be this really huge and scary beast. All in all, I think this mod is perfect for all those dragon hunters out there, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Dragons Resized mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have a new weapon mod called Azura's Moon. This adds a very badass Daedric Crescent to the game, which can be dual wielded and takes place of a dagger. This weapon is very simple to craft, and it's also enchantable and temperable, meaning you can upgrade it to its full potential. And believe me, this weapon has some massive potential whenever it comes to being dual wielded. As you can see, I'm going through this bandit camp and just completely clearing out all these enemies. If you're playing a thief or assassin character, this would be a perfect mod to add to your weapon list, because Azura's Moon is such a badass looking weapon with a double-sided blade that is extremely dangerous, especially whenever using during sneak attacks. So there really isn't much else to say about this weapon mod other than the fact that assassins will thrive off of it. And that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 3 spot, so I'd recommend downloading the Azura's Moon weapon mod. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the I Want Better Arrows mod. Now the mod page reads that I mainly play archer type characters, and although I've seen many custom sword, axe, and bow models to use, the one thing that I've always wanted was better arrow textures. So that's where this mod comes in. This mod replaces the models and textures for some of the arrows in the game, such as the Daedric, Ebony, Dwarven, Elven, Orcish, Steel, Bloodcurse, Sun-Hollowed, and Iron arrows, and all of these are custom created and have very high quality textures now. I always felt that the arrows in Skyrim weren't really focused on too heavy and they just kinda all look the same, but the way that this mod enhances them and makes them very vibrant and colorful, this will definitely fit perfectly with those archer characters that want to have a little bit more color in their quiver. Now as I was playing with and testing this mod, I got a new idea for a mod that could be implemented for arrows in the future. Maybe a way to charge your arrows using a spell that you have in your inventory would be a perfect way to clear all the crafting space instead of crafting custom arrows. Now I see a lot of mods out there that allow you to craft enchanted arrows, such as like shock arrows and fire arrows, but why would you need to do that if you have a flame and shock spell in your inventory? Since you're able to use a spell in one hand and a sword in the other, why not make it so you could have a bow in one hand and a spell in the other as well? And then whenever you draw back the arrow, you can use the spell in your right hand and it'll then charge the arrow that you're about to shoot. This would make it way easier than going to each crafting station and finding a bunch of different materials to craft certain arrows, only for them to run out. You could just have an infinite amount, just as long as you have the magicka for it. This would definitely make for an archer-mage hybrid to be possible in the game, and I think it would be very cool to implement something like this into the game. So let me know what you guys think about that idea in the comments below. But other than that, I do really like the I Want Better Arrows mod, because it makes all the arrows in the game way more vibrant and more fun to use, and that's why it comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a new player home called Vaegon's Retreat. Now this is a cozy, lore-friendly collector's home located between Riverwood and Whiterun, and contains unique storage for almost all of the major item categories, specific unique item displays such as the Bugs in a Jar and Thieves Guild trophies, a full armory with 14 mannequins and all the Daedric displays, and other unique item displays as well. It's also recommended to use the multiple adoptions mod to move spouses and children into the home, so it could be a perfect family home for anyone who's a family man as well. Now this mod features so much content jam-packed into a smaller house mod, and that's what I always like in my house mods, so I'd like to show you around this new beautiful player home. So as you can see, this house mod has it all, and it's very jam-packed and detailed with content that it's almost impossible to pass up a mod like this. And it also has a beautiful view of Whiterun over the hills, so if you're looking for a place to get away and settle down but not be too far away from the main action, then the Vaegon's Retreat is definitely a mod worth checking out. And that's why it comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.